Hello, my algebra students, and happy second lesson for your Edpuzzle. Today we are going to multiply polynomials. Our learning target is we're going to multiply polynomials. That way we're able to simplify an expression. You'll know you've got it when you can simplify the expression negative 3x plus 2 times negative x minus 2. So this is going to be all about multiplying for this week. Okay, so you have been multiplying actually. You've been multiplying this whole year and even kind of thinking back to last year as well. So for this, you'd probably just multiply these two together, right? And use the distributive property. And so that'd be 4x to the second power plus 8x. And a way that you can check that is like, let's pick a number, let's say 2. And we can actually plug it into the expression before and after. So we can do 4 times 2, and then 2 plus 2. And we're just checking to make sure that those two expressions are equal. The first expression here is equal to this second expression here. So then that would be equal to 8 times 4, which is 32. And then we would plug it into the second, so 4 times 2 squared plus 8 times 2, which would be equal to 4 times 4 plus 16, which is 16 plus 16, which is 32. Okay, so it works. So those two expressions are equal, so you can just distribute, right? That's kind of new. And just kind of reflecting back on the vocabulary from the first lesson, the 4x here, we have 4x. That's a monomial because it's one term. Oh, it's like over my head. Hang on. Whoop. This is a monomial, and the x plus 2 is a binomial because it's got two terms, the x and then also the 2. Okay, so that works. Now if we try that with this, a lot of times people just want to multiply it like this: 4 times x, 4x, x times 2, which would be and this is a binomial times a binomial, so I'm trying to multiply those together. X times 2 would be 2x, and we're like, okay, that's 6x. And so using that logic, we could check it. So let's say x equals 2. So then 4 plus 2, and then 2 plus 2. That's like 6 times 4, which is 24. And then if we do 6 times 2, checking it with this xx, that's going to be 12. So it doesn't work. I know, it's awful. So today we're going to talk about how can we multiply these two binomials by each other. And there's a little method. We're going to kind of go back to elementary school for a second and look at a way that you learned how to multiply two-digit numbers, hopefully, back when you were a little nugget. So the thing that's going to be really important is that when you're multiplying, we want to multiply each term in the first set by each term in the second set. And we're going to do that two ways. This week we're going to use the method called area model, and that's going to be what we're going to focus on. You have multiplied with the area model in the past, but it's maybe been a minute. So just to kind of look back, when you were first learning how to multiply these together, these two terms, 34 times 28, you kind of broke it up into tens and ones. So here's the tens, and then here's the ones. And then you multiplied each section. That's how we're going to do this today. We're going to multiply each part inside of a rectangle, and then we're going to add it all up. And this is going to give us an area, which is going to give us our final answer for when we multiply. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with it. Okay, so the first thing you want to think of is that you've got length and width of a rectangle. And usually I just label this L and this W, but it actually doesn't really matter which one's the length and what's the width. Then we're going to make a rectangle. So we're going to set it up like this. And you're like, sorry, I know my hand's in the way. So we're gonna mark the length, which I guess is the top, but I don't even know. We're going to mark the length up here. And we're going to kind of isolate a little bit the x and then the 1. They're going to be kind of separate from one another. And then the width, x plus 4. So you're going to do each section on there. Okay, so from there, we can actually make different sections based on a term. So since it's 2 terms times 2 terms, we're going to do a 2 by 4 or a 2 by 2 square, and that's going to give us our setup for our area. The way that we actually multiply each section is we multiply one term times one term. So we're going to start with just the x. So x times x is going to give us x squared, right? Remember when we multiply x times x is x squared. Then we're going to do the area, and I know at first you might need to pause this, which is fine. Because for those of you that have me, you know I talk fast. X times 1, which is 1x, or just x, and that one's positive. We take the plus sign with it. And then we're going to do 4 times this 4 for this box here is going to be the 4 and the x up here. So I multiply 4 times x, that's going to be 4x. And the last one would be the 1 and the 4. When I multiply them together, I get that far right corner. So that's going to be 4. Now once you multiply each section, then we're just going to, we made the rectangle, we multiplied, we're going to add up all the areas. So we're going to do x squared plus 1x plus 4x plus 4. And we're going to combine any like terms. In this case, the only like terms that you have are the 4x and the 1x. So those are your like terms that we're going to go ahead and combine these two. And remember that this is standard form. We start with the x squared, then we go to 5x, and then the 4. So that's going to be standard form, starting with the highest exponent on the x all the way to there's no x. All right, let's do a couple more of these. Hopefully I can fit them in the time constraint. Okay, so the same thing. We're going to say that this is the length and this is the width. So I'm going to set up my rectangle. I'm going to do x minus 6 and then x, and sometimes I even do it like this, plus 3, so that the plus sign is just next to the 3. And again, it's 2 terms to 2 terms. So this box here is going to be made by these two being multiplied together. So x times x is going to be x squared. Let me like erase that. And this. All right. Then the x and the negative 6, when I multiply that together, that's going to give me that box right there. So that's going to be negative 6x. Ooh. Okay. And then x and the 3 is going to make that box there. We can't really see it. There we go. So that's going to be just a positive 3x. And then the last box here is going to be negative 18 because it's coming from, oops, it's going from here and here to negative 18. All right, and then from there, you can go ahead and add up all of them. It's going to be x squared. We'll start with the highest exponent. We can go ahead and combine these together. I'm just going to circle them. So negative 6x and 3x would be just a negative 3x, and then the negative 18. So that's going to be your final answer, or the area of the square when you multiply. All right, let's try to get at least one more, but hopefully 2 done in this problem. So the same thing, we're going to go ahead and set this one up. For just to do it, I'm going to say that this is the width and this is the length. So 2x plus 1 and then x plus 3. And to get this box here, it's going to be 2x times x, which is 2x squared. And then for the top right, it's going to be 2x times 3, which is 6x. For the bottom left, 1 times x, which is 1x or just x. 1 times 3 for the bottom right, which is just a positive 3. So again, you don't want to leave in the box. That's not the final answer. The final answer is when you add up everything. And that's going to be 6x and x, 7x plus 3 for your final. All right, I'm doing one more. Let's do this one, and then we'll do a trinomial in class. So for this, it's going to be 5 minus 2x. So it's going to look a little bit out of order, but it'll, in the end, we'll just rewrite it in standard form. And then 3x plus 4. You're going to multiply it the exact same way. So 3x times 5, which is 15x. 3x times negative 2x, negative 6x, 4 times 5, which is 20, 4 times negative 2, which is negative 8. And then when we, 6x squared, there we go. When we add up all of it, we're going to rewrite it in standard form. So we're going to start with the negative 6x squared, the 15x, and the negative 8x we can combine for 7x, and then the 20 would be the last part. Okay, like I said, feel free to go back. You can watch this video again. Multiplying is so important, and that's the lesson that we're going to be doing in class this week for Collaborate. Alrighty, thank you for watching.